You are now listening to For All Nerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds is hosted by Tatiana King and DJ Benhameen.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/forallnerds.
Welcome to For All Nerds.
And what's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show. The voice of the urban geek, the podcast where we discuss geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. And as always, in the captain's chair, it's your boy, DJ Benhameen, a.k.a. Cal L. Bundy, Halal Jordan, Briss Blairmont, Lion O. Richie, Bid Fetch, the legend of Slapper Vance, De La Troll, Ready Hater 1, Bernie Slanders, Baron Benzemo, back in the spaceship tonight.
Like that one, Baron Benzemo. Nice.
Yes,
Nicely
thank
done.
you very much. Thank you very much. And as always, I'm joined by my illustrious co-host,
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as For Us by The Last of Us, Flex, Luthor, Glorilla, Grodd, Gucci Mandalorian, Doctor doing something strange for a little change. T'Challa Bread, Tatiana Kang, the Conqueror, the coldest winter soldier ever, Doc Aki, the Lord of Lightsabers, and the Ting of the North.
Always, the Ting of the North. We are back. It's For All Nerds Show. I've been meaning to do this for a few weeks now because people don't always listen to the end. So as you see on my chest, I need an AKA with this, but in fact, in an interview this week, I got asked, do I feel if I am one of the guardians of the legacy of Jimi Hendrix?
You kind of are, bro.
That was big. I was like, Guardians of the Legacy, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
They thought that one. They knew they had some hot shit when they thought about that one. They was like, oh, I'm about to drop this on it.
I'm like, Guardians of the Legacy? That's pretty fire right there. That might have to be my new AKA right there. But yes, I am the author of, or one of the authors of Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze, which will be in stores fucking this week, actually. It is here. It will be in comic book stores this week.
A week early.
Wide release next week, August 27th. But if you pre-ordered from a local comic book shop, it is shipping to them this week. Unbelievable. Probably by the time you hear this show, it might already be in your local comic book store. So hit them up and let them know you want your copy of Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze. Thank you for pre-ordering. If you did, if you didn't, you better get yourself a copy because we're going to second print, it looks like, and that means that first print is going to be a valuable commodity. So you better get your hands on that joint while you still can.
It's valuable anyway. Is this the first graphic novel with like official license / sanction / endorsed by the Hendrix estate, his actual fam?
Created in conjunction with,
you can say. Like, this is the first ever, so it's already valuable.
That it is. And, it's also my first ever graphic novel.
That
so,
too.
It's a little valuable right there.
Get your Benhameen trading cards.
And, the early reviews, I still haven't gotten real reviews, but I've gotten some, words of praise from some journalists and things of that nature. Yeah, someone said it was expertly told. That was a phrase that was used. So
excellent. That bodes well.
That bodes well. I've got a couple of interviews with the Mary Sue and the AV Club lined up. They'll be dropping very soon, and the questions were very nice. Shouts to y'all who did those because I really like that. I really like when a journalist has done their work and read their work, and they've done both of those. And I was really impressed by these questions. And I'm doing for everyone. I'm doing a Reddit AMA on August 28th. I think that Wednesday we're doing it. I don't think it's
Get
Tuesday.
ready for Reddit.
Oh my God, I'm not. Mello was like, nah, I'm good. So it's just going to be me. Mello said I'm good on Reddit. Oh, he don't want to talk to Reddit. I got to go off on Reddit right now because Reddit's going off on my goldfish pond on my. You heard about the goldfish?
I know
pond?
that did the guy put it back up though?
Oh, it's up. You know this is my corner, Tatiana.
I didn't realize it's your corner. I thought it was
It's
like around the corner
literally
from you.
my corner. No, not a corner from me.
Well, I
It
saw
is
the
on my
the fire
corner.
department shut it off yesterday, but then I thought he
Oh,
came
they
right
shut
back
it
out
off
and turned it
a
back
day.
on.
Oh, we turn it back. I mean, look, this, like I say, folks, if you anywhere in the world at this point, because this shit is gone, it's like 10 million views on Twitter, everywhere, TikTok.
Yeah, the Brooklyn koi pond.
The Brooklyn koi pond is on my corner, not like the Nets corner. No, when I walk out of my house, walk down the block and see my block boys on the corner, we got the koi pond right there, right before I get to Poppy, right before I get to Chickies on the corner. You know, Tompkins, which has been lit all summer.
So what you gonna do when fire department like locks that shit? Like
no,
they
that
gonna
ain't
put
happening,
some type of device on there.
Because niggas want to party and goldfish, and it's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know. This is all we doing all summer is party and goldfish.
And I heard somebody stole some at first and took like 40 of them.
But
there was like 100 of them in there.
And they going off on Reddit. So I got to create my account for this thing anyway. So you know me, I'm right after we finish this show.
The koi pond police.
No, I'm on it. I'm about to tell these gentrifiers they can go somewhere. You know what I mean? We aren't having that over there. That's my peoples on the corner. I love all them dudes on the corner. They're good dudes. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Dark.
That's funny.
You know, all my peoples over there. So, like, you know, the fact that this happened and it's this beautiful thing. We got little kids stopping by. I mean, I saw a man out with a tripod today, yo. It was crazy.
Like he was filming?
Fam, it is so hilarious. This is like 8 a.m. and my man was out there with a tripod filming. They got a GoFundMe going.
As they should.
Yep, they want to get like some equipment to make it, you know, for real and stuff.
Only in Brooklyn. I love my Brooklyn.
On my corner, yo. It was like, this corner has been so crazy because this is the same corner that you've seen on TikTok and Instagram all year because of the summer block parties.
And I'm from Brooklyn. I didn't live too far from where you were. So.
Yeah, so we went right from the summer block parties, you know, party and goldfish. That has been my summer, folks. Amazing.
Oh my God. Eyewitness 7 News out there.
Out there, dog. There. You saw that when you saw the eyewitness report out there on my corner. Like, yo.
Oh my God. Next they're going to be coming out there with a helicopter when it becomes a riot.
Niggas don't it's gonna be like the Breaking 2 where niggas have to hold a benefit concert to save the
oh my God. I don't know, but I just laugh because it sounds
It's gonna be the hate you give. Niggas gonna be out there throwing Molotov cocktails over the pond.
Holding up flags with the fish. God save the fish. So stupid.
Other people on the other side talking about go fish. Go fish.
The things we rally behind.
Oh my God, it's incredible. All right, folks, that's enough of the local news from For All Nerds, I guess. We do have another big weekend in bid news because D23 went down this week.
Mm-hmm.
So funny. I was just on the Black Guy Who Tips this week. Shout out to Rodimus and Karen. And Karen was talking about how she can't wait for D23 because it felt like Disney, you know, it's like, okay, here's a little something over here, you know, at San Diego. But you know we gonna drop that heat when we come to our own thing.
Yeah. And I mean, on the Disney side of things, it was just sequels after sequel after sequel.
I mean, what else is Disney?
Sequel. I mean, I was
get that money.
I was thinking that the other day because, like, I was on, like, my TV was just on Netflix and, like, the autoplay is on, like, as you, like, the little trailers go. And it was, like, the newest version of, like, Power Rangers. And I was just like, God damn, this is, like, a 50-year-old property at this point. And, yes, they've been every generation. They've been rebooting it, so it is what it is. But then I immediately thought about Disney and D23, like, Moana 2 and what's the other one? Like, there's a whole bunch that is just dead-ass sequels.
I've watched
or live action remakes like Snow White.
Yeah, I've watched none of these trailers yet. I'm gonna go into this fresh. The one that I'm most like dreading to watch is Moana 2 because I love Moana so much.
You don't believe that the magic can lightning can strike twice?
No, what's the point?
The Rock.
The Republican. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. You know, I wish it wasn't so. You know, I wish it wasn't so. But, you know, it's just like that man is clearly a problem. Like,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
problem waiting to happen. So why keep feeding the monster now?
But
And,
I like Maui. So.
No, I love it, but it's just like you said, it's a sequel. To a film that I thought was a perfect story. You know, it's one of those things.
It was, and it didn't really need anything else.
No, so we'll see.
But it's money. It's cash grab. Like it's cash grab time.
Get paid, you get paid.
Go cash cows. You know what I mean? So
go cash cows.
Little flag.
Right next with the fish. Yeah, I mean the fish is a Disney movie waiting to happen though. Like stop bullshit.
There's gonna be a bunch of fish saying, "How the fuck did we get here?"
The funny thing is,
we were fine in the pet store, and now y'all got us on the block.
The craziest shit is how people are rallying behind these fish and fighting against the fish. When my man spent $16 for 100 of them because they are the fish you feed to other fish. They was not long for this world, no matter what.
No, it'll last probably until like September, and then they're gonna shut that shit down. Watch them what they're probably gonna do is what they should have done. They probably gonna fix that little divot that they're in right now,
we thought about that, but the fact is, my street is so chopped and they ain't fixed shit on it.
No, that's my point. To be spiteful, the city will come out and fix it.
Yo, people would riot again. Then the people who are mad at the fish would riot because they want the block fixed just as much as we do. So if they come around and fix it and don't fix the block, and they can't fix the block till next year, it's already in the process. It's just there's some sewer line shit they got redo. So they ain't gonna come over there and cause that. That would cause even more. And they don't want no problems.
D23.
Back to the real story. All right, so D23 happened. Mad trailers dropped. We're going to watch, a bunch of them. Even some that, we weren't privy to see because we just happened to not be there like that, But, things happen. They fall off trucks and, we're going to see what we see.
I seen what I seen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's all that happened. I might have been there. Who knows? You don't even know. All right, so, because I was dreading it, let's just get it out the way.
Oh my gosh.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
It's not going to be that bad, sir.
And start with Moana 2.
You wanted to come this time.
You were gone forever.
It was 3 days.
Where are we going?
Before Maui stole Tifiti's heart, our ancestors wanted to connect our island to all the people of the entire ocean. It's my job as a wayfinder to finish what they started.
Wanna show our people just how far we'll go.
Oh, no.
What'd you say, no?
You know why.
This is a call from the ancestors.
Hidden in a terrible storm, it's an ancient island. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
I know what I have to do. Maui, I could really use your help.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
You will be destroyed, and your wayfinder too.
Now I kind of miss the lava monster. Ow! Ow!
What if you don't come back?
I'll be back. I promise.
Oh, Grandma.
Do I hear people?
Those aren't people. Cockamora.
Coconut.
You guys, we got this. Bring it on, Coco. Nuts.
Nah, Ben, you wildin'. That's gonna be fun.
Nah.
That's gonna be fun. Listen, Ben, here's the other thing. When you look at the culture of what Moana is about, Pacific Islanders and things like that, there are hundreds, if not thousands, each of islands. Each island could represent a new story. So that's just boom. Like you already saw literally in the story, they just introduced a new island. This island got X. This island got Y. This island is this deity. This, you know what I'm saying? Like they could go on for fucking ever they wanted to with this, to be quite honest. As long as the storyline is good and it's heartfelt and it involves family and people and culture, they can keep going.
Yeah. I mean, we on Toy Story 5, so it's obviously they can keep going. So
They could keep going. I mean, when you're dealing with universal themes, like, or even though it's centered on a specific, I would say, variety of cultures, really, because there's different things going on. But even when it's still universal themes, right? I mentioned family, love, learning lessons, the hero's arc, all that stuff. And she's older, so she's probably going to go through yet another arc. And she had a little sister who's going to have to go through an arc. And then next year, her sister going to grow up to be her age when she was in Moana 1. And then the sister's going to go on her own journey, and they're going to do the callbacks. And it's going to be the Jedi Returns, the Last Jedi. And,
I know. And it's like they really did the Raven Simone thing on this one. Like when Raven Simone came on the Cosby Show, it's like Rudy Huxtable had grown up a little bit. They couldn't do the little cute little girl shit anymore with her.
right.
So in comes the new one. Next generation.
Replacement.
Yeah, and and with animation, it's like you don't even have to really replace him. Rudy had really aged out of it. It's like this. It's like we can just keep adding new kids whenever needed.
But that's interesting you said Huxtable, because I didn't even know she had a sister.
No,
And
Raven Simone wasn't her
No,
sister.
I'm talking about Moana. I didn't know Moana
I don't remember
had
that
a
either.
sister. And she's also, the sister's young enough where it could have happened
in
recently.
between. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, by the way, while I was out growing up, my mom and dad had another kid. Like,
I mean, I don't
it's
remember the
easy to
pig,
explain
any
away.
of that. I remember
The
the
pig
bird.
was there.
I remember the pig being there. I just don't remember it. I remember the bird.
The rooster.
Yeah.
All this stuff. I think it's gonna work. Hopefully, it looks decent. I don't know about what's always scary in the sense that it may not work is the villain. Like Tofiti worked really well in the first one because she wasn't really a villain, right? She was a misunderstood deity that was taken from, and she was restored, and that's why she went back to her beautiful, lush self. I have no idea about this villain. This villain was given.
Who is the villain of the tribe? That ain't it, right?
I don't know. You can't.
There was
I
that
don't know
dark
if you could tell.
storm. Yeah.
I would have to watch again, but it looked like birds or dolphins or something. I don't know, but maybe not dolphins. Dolphins are supposed to be good, even though dolphins are actually very mean.
They are. They're evil bastards. Those people on dolphins.
But yeah, I don't know. I all that to say, I'm looking forward to it. I think it could make it work. I'm just concerned about how the villain's gonna play out, but
all right.
everything else will be good.
Another one that I'm really not that interested in, Mufasa, which people are saying is a good trailer.
I'm not looking forward to this. I don't give a damn how good this is, and I've seen this.
You already seen the trailer?
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to watch it then, but here we go.
It's time.
Because I definitely don't give a F.
A story of a cub.
These
Not
niggas
much bigger
is
than
horrific
you.
as always.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story.
There's
Oh
a
my
lot of
God.
stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
I'm not a
Before
fan
they
of
became
live action
legends,
Lion King. I wasn't a fan of
Mufasa
the first.
and the prince who would come to
Live
be
action Lion
known
King.
as Scar
This is
became
terrifying.
brothers.
Hello, what's your name?
What?
Mufasa. I told you to wait for me. We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules.
Why is he
Taka.
British?
The king will never accept
That was
a
my question.
stray.
You know
I'm
why
not
they're
straight.
British? Huh?
Oh my fuck.
In Africa.
Lost.
They're in South Africa.
We do not associate with outsiders.
But I would be
Taka
like the
is the
Dutch,
future
right?
king. We must protect the bloodline.
Who the
Dad,
fuck is
I
that?
saved his life.
Mufasa's dad.
Oh wait, Mufasa's
This is
James Earl
Mufasa as
Jones?
a kid.
Mufasa.
This
I
nigga
always
gonna grow
wanted
up
a
to be
brother.
James?
I always wanted a brother.
This nigga goes white and black.
Wait, what?
I don't know who's playing this role.
Sometimes
is
I
that
get a scent.
what's his name?
It's barely a trace on the wind. And it smells like home. Then it's gone.
You and Taka together, that is home. Now both of you go. Find your place in the circle of life.
The circle is broken. There will be one Lion King.
Mufasa, run!
We must fight together. If we fight, we die.
Just to be clear, I never signed up for this.
I'm here to protect you, my brother.
Mufasa! This was a bad idea! We're alive! I did it! I saved us!
You were saying?
Oh, Lin-Manuel, Jesus. It just
So, Mufasa, the voice of Mufasa is Aaron Pierre, who is a black man.
Okay.
The main people are actually black men, but like you said, why do they have British accents is a question.
Is Mads Mikkelsen playing the white
Mads Mikkelsen,
evil lion?
Yes, he's playing Kyros,
Okay.
the quote
White
evil
lion.
lion. Your girl Tandy Newton, Tentiwe Newton, she is in here as Ashe. I don't know which character that is. Seth Rogen obviously is back as Pumbaa, Billy Eichner as Timon, Kelvin Harrison Jr. is Taka.
I mean, we can stop. I don't care.
Yeah. You said we can stop, Black Man. Now, you do know this is directed by Barry Jenkins.
I don't care.
Mr. Moonlight.
No disrespect to anyone involved. I'm glad y'all made this movie and all that, but this shit is horrific.
I'm just glad. I'm rooting for everybody black. I told you already before you press play, I wasn't caring about this. I did not, as mentioned, I did not like the first one simply because I did not like the way it looked, the live action version of Lion King. I'm cool with the animated version. Even the little sequels that be on Disney Channel, stuff like that, I'm cool with the animation. I just think it's weird and hard to make a lion emote when you're trying to make it realistic.
Yeah.
A lion emotes and it looks like it's gonna fucking eat you. So
yeah.
And I'm sure the young kids will enjoy this, but it's not for me.
No, not for me. It looks horrific, like I said. Like you said, it just every scene when they weren't talking, I was like, "Ooh, this looks cool." And then whenever they talk, I'm just like, "Oh, this is horrific."
Correct.
Yeah.
It's just my thing is, it's like if you kind of have to have that middle ground. Like if you want it to be realistic, it's like you want to be. To me, you can't have both. You can't be photorealistic and emote as if a cartoon would. Like you can't do wild emotions when you're showing every little ridge and feather and fur of an animal. It's just, it just doesn't match to me. This probably gonna make the money.
The animal doesn't even have opposable thumbs, fucker. It's just that's the thing. Humans are designed, our lips, everything. We are designed for voicing and talking. Animals' mouths are not.
There's certain animals that emote very well, but in different on their own way, like dogs. But it's very
like
particular,
dogs,
right? Like certain ways they look and they use their eyes a lot and stuff like this. It's not impossible. It's just that when you're doing hyperrealism and then try to add that on, then to me it's like you're doing too much. You either gotta go one or the other. And I'm trying to think of, was there something that did a good in between that was like straight up animals? I don't know. If anything, they made it more cartoony to purposefully be able to bring out emotion. So I think the tech behind it is incredible. It looks just the way it looks. It looks beautiful. And I applaud them for that. I'm not a fan.
All right. Well, let's go for another one. I'm gonna do all the ones that I don't want to see first. And then,
Snow White.
Yeah. All right, I haven't seen.
But the homegirl, I like the girl in it. She's not.
Yeah. Let's see. I haven't seen the original Snow White in so long, but I'm sure it still bangs.
Oh, your other homegirl is the evil queen or the queen.
Oh, this is horrific again already. And these little fuckers are gonna start talking too now. I forgot about the dwarves. Oh god, this could be bad.
Whistle while you work.
But they made
not my jam. This is my jam. But they gotta remix this with Whistle While You Twerk.
Yo, homegirl.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Wonder Woman.
Oh god, man.
Who's the fairest one of all?
This is gonna prove my point in a minute.
This is talking Snow White, right?
Yes, but this is what I was saying about Lion King. In this trailer, you can see that it's a mix of hyperrealism with certain actors like Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, and then the animals and even the dwarves are
That's
CGI.
Rachel Zegler?
Yes. That's why I said your homegirl.
How old is Rachel Zegler?
She older. She's 20-something, I thought.
That's it?
She was born in 2001.
Okay. Wait,
Yeah.
Rachel Zegler. Who's Rachel Zegler? What's she from?
I'm
mixing her up with somebody else.
She was in a Shazam, Fury of the Gods. She was in the newest Hunger Games or newer. She was Maria in West Side Story.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know her for Shazam. So.
Yeah, I do. She was one of the kids in Shazam?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm mixing her up with...
No, she was, the 3 witches or the 4 witches. God damn.
Let me look her up.
Here.
Maybe I'm not missing her. Rachel
She was
Zegler?
Anthea. She was not the witches, but she was one of the goddesses. She was one of the goddesses with Lucy Liu.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was the youngest.
Oh, she was the youngest one. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely... Her name is making me think of another actress. I can't think of who
Maybe
I'm thinking.
Ziegler. You're thinking of somebody named Ziegler. This is Zegler. Rachel Zegler.
There's a redheaded older white woman who I'm thinking of. Like,
Yeah.
That's who I'm mixing it up with. Yeah,
But-
she's...
Yeah, but...
Okay, that's dope. I can see it. Yeah,
I think you're cool with her. But it can be done.
Mm-hmm.
Back to what I was saying about they purposefully made like the animals look more cartoonish. You know, they thank God with the dwarves. And again, if you are of a little person community, you could tell me you feel differently. But sometimes that could be offensive when you use little people to do dwarves, and for them to say, you know what, never mind, we're just going to do CGI. I thought that made sense to me because also they are cartoonish characters. The way they're first of all, they're not even real life. They're not fully fledged people. They're what anthropomorphic. What do they call that? I guess physical manifestations of emotions. Happy, dopey, sad.
Dwarves aren't.
Like
Dwarves aren't anthropomorphic. That's an animal.
And that's why I use the one word. But they're physical manifestations of human emotions. So their names are dopey, sad, happy, shit like that.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a full-fledged person. It's just you're just a example of an emotion, and it's probably better that since it's supposed to be a one-dimensional character anyway, that you just make it CGI, right? So
you're inside out,
basically. So that's a long way to say I think that's actually more respectful, and also just from a matching perspective, like. You can make, as you saw in the end, a deer like look like it's in love with Snow White and cry and laugh. And I think is Thumper in this one? Or is that Sleeping Beauty?
I don't know, but if
the rabbit.
That was the other thing about that shit is that none of them niggas talk. If they start talking in the actual movie, it still had the same problem.
Well, not a cartoonish looking animal, no.
Yeah, but that deer look. If that deer starts yapping away, it's gonna be horrifying.
It might
horrifying.
Maybe to you, but I let that go because it don't look like it's trying to be hyper realistic. So it's fine what it is.
All right,
I don't care about Gal Gadot, so
yeah, but she actually seemed to be hamming it up, which she might be good at. Yeah. Well, damn. All right. The last one that I have no interest in, and the quickest is the Toy Story 5 teaser. I cannot believe I just said Toy Story 5.
I'm ready.
Fuck.
Big Toy Story fan.
I enjoyed 4. I thought 4 was absolutely beautiful.
4 was beautiful.
But I remember nothing.
Doesn't matter. You know that made you cry.
I don't know if it did. 3, I ball out. Look, I will never lie. 3, I ball out.
3's the one when they got sent to the incinerator.
Yes, I ball out every time.
Oh, yeah.
Ball out. Every time. Also, never forget that Tim Miller's a snitch.
Yeah, that too.
Big snitch. Okay, that was not worth our.
You said Tim Allen. Yeah, I don't think they're going to show much. Like they announced Toy Story 5 and Incredibles 3.
Yep.
Incredibles 3, I'm just like, nigga, when is that ever going to come out though? Because it took like 10 years for 2 to come out, and then 2 wasn't even that good.
Yeah, I barely remember 2.
No, 2 was something you were right for saying you don't remember because it wasn't good.
I remember the baby having all the powers, and that was about it.
It wasn't like 1. So I'm like, all right, hopefully they on a job with 3, and hopefully it don't take 100 years to come out. Toy Story 5, I'm a Toy Story fan. They could do anything.
I mean, they can do anything. Like I said, I love 4. I remember how beautiful it was. I know they're in that Toy store at one point, and then they're in the park.
I thought they've been given, because the kids just give them to the younger.
Yeah, and so they end up in that store, and then they're in the park. But it's like, that's the other thing. Like, as much as I love the animation in Toy Stories, I also, and that's the same problem with Moana, is I've been watching a lot of animation lately over the last couple of years, and then there's been a lot of stuff like, we had the Spider-Verse pushing the limits from other things. I just finished Mutant Mayhem TMNT the other day, which was really good. My favorite joint of all is, besides Spider-Verse, I mean, there's Blue Giant from Japan, and then, what's the joint? That I can never believe how good it is. What's that little nigga's name? The spinoff, The Nine Lives, the cat joint. God damn, I'm blanking.
Okay, you'll get it later.
Antonio Banderas plays this movie.
Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots. Thank you. Puss in Boots, the sequel, is like one of the greatest movies of all time to me. It's like, it's just incredible. And so we're seeing all these different people and different companies pushing animation. And while Toy Story and Moana both push it, they're pushing it in that same style that they've been doing for 5 movies now. So it's,
when you say the style, you mean art style?
Yeah.
Say that is their art style. That is the signature.
I mean. And they push it every time. Like, each one looks incredibly better than the last one. But it's the same style. It's the same thing with Spider-Verse. Like, if they did 5 Spider-Verses, I'm going to be like, all right, y'all. Because, the Spider-Verse 1 and 2 are the same style. 2 pushes it to another level.
I'm not sure if I'm following your... I don't even know if it's a gripe, but what you're saying about
no, it's not a gripe.
What's the wrong with it being the same style?
I don't need to see 5 of them.
Oh, you're just saying, like, you don't want to see
that style. And then the other problem with Toy Story is, and that's Pixar. Pixar uses the same style pretty much on all their movies. That's why Elemental, I've heard, was good. But
Elemental was good.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just sick of seeing that style. So it has to be a story that I really wanted to see. And that.
So you mean the Pixar, like?
Yeah, that shine, that their animation style. Yeah.
Okay, but what if it's just the same style, just different stories? Like,
I love Turning Red. That was a great joint. You know what I mean? But at the same time, just Turning Red was good. But when I talk about the greatest animation over the last few years, it's Spider-Verse, Blue Giant, and Puss in Boots. It's joints that really push things. That's what I'm saying.
You mean having different elements of different types of animation within?
And Blue Giant doesn't even have that. It's just incredibly well done at doing, traditional Japanese animation. And they do a lot of different things with music and the way. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then Toy Story is not incredibly well done. I guess I'm still trying to understand what you're talking about.
It's
like, what's
incredibly
wrong?
well done, but it's like, okay, Jamie McKelvey, the artist of Wicked and Divine, talked about this, right?
Okay.
When they were doing Wicked and Divine, they did 60 issues of it. And while they grew as an artist, they couldn't change the basic things that they'd introduced in issue 1 of Wicked and Divine, because that is just the style of Wicked and Divine. It's just like Woody, what's his name, to Infinity and Beyond, and the rest of them niggas is always gonna look the same. They're never gonna, they're gonna grow. They're gonna be more light refractions and shininess and all this type of thing. But you're never gonna see them into the Spider-Verse style. Imagine if they were like, fuck it. The next movie is we're copying everything Into the Spider-Verse did and do it like that.
Right. Well, that's also kind of what you, to the same quote you use. That's because you've already established what it is.
And that's
right?
my point. Yeah, and that's my
Spider-Verse
point.
already established that they literally can use any animation style at any point and mix it on the same shot. So
it's why sequels. It's the same thing like Ghostbusters, which is live action. We're now on Ghostbusters, whatever. And I've been struggling to get through that last one.
I didn't watch it.
It's a struggle.
I'm not interested.
Yeah, because it's the same shit. Oh, we're going to use proton packs. Oh, this, oh, that.
But that's the same shit and same story.
Yeah, and same story, but it's also the same rules of the game. It's the same look. You have to have these references, and that's the same thing with Toy Story. While the look gets better, just like Ghostbusters, we got better cameras than in the 80s, so shit looks, more crisp. It's the same thing, and it's the same universe. That's why I'm talking. And Pixar is Pixar has a difference. It's like why I never watch any of the Despicable Me's and barely any of those movies. I don't like their style of animation. I hate the pointy noses, all that type of shit. It just doesn't work for me. Get it? So it's like
what animation house I don't like the style of? DreamWorks.
Yeah, that's the one, right? That's with
the exception of How to Train Your Dragon, because I think that's also DreamWorks.
Yeah, but it's all them pointy nose niggas. I can't deal with it.
It's something grimy about DreamWorks. Like DreamWorks is like ghetto of Pixar.
Yeah, there it is.
It's like Great Value Pixar. So
there it is, yeah. And that's what I mean. Even though Pixar is always redefining, it's still, that Pixar style. Yeah. So it's like when I saw Spider-Verse, I was like, yo! Yeah. And then you see Spider-Verse 2, and it's like, okay, that's expanding on. And then you see Puss in Boots, which is clearly like, oh, we saw Spider-Verse 2,
and
but we're
DreamWorks
doing some other stuff.
DreamWorks
I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Puss in Boots, it's Shrek. It's some of the, like I said, I think How to Train Your Dragon, some of the higher quality ones, but everything else, I'd be like, eh.
And it's also like Puss in Boots, they admitted it. They're like, yo, we saw Spider-Verse, and we're like, we need to change. And so that's why it looks the way it does. And then Blue Giant is just some whole other shit y'all need to see. But, All right. Now we on Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, I seen this too.
Oh, damn, you watch all these.
I actually prepared. I watched stuff. I watched as it was coming out.
I wanted to come in fresh, man. I wanted to see it.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
Aw.
Don't you ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go anywhere we want in the whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend.
That nigga's me.
I found something buried in the woods.
Good.
What do you think it is? I think it's a lost Jedi temple. Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
Where my man at?
You're a Jedi.
There we go. That's sexy, nigga.
So I saw this and I immediately was like, Ben's gonna love this.
I always thought Jude Law was highly unattractive until I met him, and that nigga is one of the most attractive human beings on the planet. That nigga's like cheekbones are.
He's a pretty guy. I don't know who he's supposed to represent in this, but I don't know his character like that. But
yeah, I've read about it. Basically, some kids and they run into this whole Jedi. One of the interesting things about Skeleton Crew is it might like bookend into whatever happened at the end of Ahsoka, I think like the Skeleton Crew might run into them or something. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure of that. That's like the rumors and stuff. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, for a kid's show, it looks really expensive. That's the first thing I would say. I thought it looked really, well done for a trailer. I know it's a trailer, but all those shots look like big money. So, I'm not like, oh my God, I'm gonna see this, but I like all the little kids. And my man who's like, why do anything? That is so me right there. I feel that. Like, nah, man, I'm chilling. Adventure. Nah, I like this life.
This trailer was giving very much like 80s kids group goes on an adventure. Like it's the entire motif. And that's why another reason why I'm like, this is so you, because that's your lane, right? Like it was giving Stranger Things, which gives things like the Goonies and all that.
Explorers. There's this joint
Explorers.
Have you ever seen Explorers?
Motif. No, I don't.
But you know what I'm talking about?
But I know what you're talking about. Like that feeling of a band of wayward kids gets together. I didn't want to say Lord of the Flies, but like on some, random kids.
It could turn into that.
It could turn into that. but like these random kids from all over, like the neighborhood kids get together, they go on an adventure, then they get in trouble, then they gotta team up to find their way out or save the day or save the planet or save the neighborhood, whatever the hell it is. It's that specific approach just set in Star Wars universe. So I was just like, okay, this could be really cute. Because it's following a classic motif, but putting it in this environment. So I thought it could work out.
Yeah, and I think that's what like sometimes they need to do, especially like with Marvel. Like I would love to see this applied to Marvel. Like a group of kids, finds out something and then explores something. Like those type of motifs work. You know, that's why I don't know. I guess there had to be some of these in the 90s, but in the 80s it was like every other day.
The most recent one is Stranger Things.
True, but that's like
and then it got
80s.
older.
Yeah.
Right. But like I just saying that the more recent, even though it was set in the 80s, the more
Mhm.
recent one, like I can remember that
Yep. Worked well. Yeah.
And worked well, like super well. I'm sure there may be younger, even newer examples that just we just haven't seen it. Like
I mean, we used to have so many. I remember. I don't know if they ever did, but they were going to do a remake of Explorers. Explorers was these kids. I think they got a message from an alien, and it allows them to create this force shield. And so with the force shield, they make a spaceship, and then go off into space, and then they run into the aliens who sent the force shield in the first place. And it was a cute movie. It's a good ass movie from what I remember.
Group of kids, random kids go on adventure.
Yep.
Meet Jedi. Comedy ensues.
Yeah, I like the little brown kid.
That's the log line for this.
And I like my man who said, I'm good.
Yeah.
That is me.
Okay. And I think it's 8 episodes. It says Jude Law's in all 8.
Nice.
Ravi Kabit Conyers, who is looks like that main boy, he's in all 8 as well, and there's a few other people.
All right. Well, next we have the Agatha All Along, the second trailer, which I'm definitely more excited about. I'm hearing a lot of hints about Young Avengers coming around, and the big rumor is that the boy in this, who is an unnamed teenager, is actually playing the grown-up version of Wanda's son. Which one is that? Billy? Billy's the magician. Yeah, I think Billy's the magician. Yep. So we shall see if this gives any more hints. But he's one of my favorite characters as a grown man. So.
Agatha.
Who's been messing up everything?
The Covenless Witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
No. What really happened to you?
Seekest thou the road to all that's foul and fair?
She took every little bit of power I had.
Gather sisters far.
I'm assembling a coven. We gotta get back on top. I'm gonna walk the road. Join me.
Darkest hour, wake thy power, earthly and divine.
The Witch's Road will give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end.
The road is a death wish. Heard you guys were having a party.
What's up?
Hey. Shall we? It will test us and our knowledge of the craft.
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst nightmares.
How do we pass this trial without any power?
We survive like witches have been doing for centuries.
What happens next?
I just need these witches to get me to the end.
The bodies are really piling up.
Why do you let them believe those things about you?
Because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize!
Time to finish the road. Last one there is a nice person.
Follow me, my friend, to glory at the end.
Yeah. One thing specifically about the trailer, I wanted to point out. I just wanted to say, like, much love to Shashir Zameda, because she's one of the main characters here. So I thought that she was one of the new Rich's Coven. So I thought that was cool. I did see this. I thought, it was just a little step up than what we had already been seeing, because I've seen like every teaser trailer, every little thing about this. When this was first re-announced and reintroduced back into the main, I was just like, one, forgot about it. And then two, I was just like, has it been too long? Like, do we care about seeing an Agatha series? Like, that whole thing when Agatha All Along was a whole phenomenon, the song and the sentiment behind it. Like, that was many years ago at this point. And does it still have it? that aside, no, it doesn't have that. That's gone. But what it does have is actually a compelling looking story, because I was skeptical at first when I first started seeing the trailers come out. And then when I saw like the longer trailer and this one come out, I was like, oh, wait a minute. This actually looks interesting. Like this, they could really do something with this. And it's more of a macabre approach than what you see come out of Marvel, right? So, you know, the closest thing I can think of is, like you mentioned, the other show, Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night, yep.
That's the only thing that I've seen recently that's the closest to this feeling and approach and style. So I like that this was different, number one, right? And number two, it's not it's a different story, right? We always yelling about, can Marvel do something different? You know, stop being so safe. Well, now they're doing it with a would-be villain and all these randoms. And they're actually trying to do something. And this is coming out around Halloween. So it fits the era. It fits. Yeah. So I think this is potentially promising. It could be really good. Or it could be really boring. It could go either way.
Yeah. And people were talking in our Deadpool review in the comments. A lot of people were like, oh, y'all complaining because you want to know what's next. And I had to explain to somebody, I've never given a shit about what's next. I think that is one of the worst parts of Marvel fandom.
Actually, we don't want to know. I don't want a trailer. I don't want my movie to be a trailer for the next movie. Like, because that means you don't care. You just do whatever.
And even though Billy might be in the show, that the teen we see in the show might be Billy, I don't care about the Young Avengers film. Because at this point, I don't think it really works. And it'll never be the Young Avengers book that I've read that I love. Because I just know that book and the MCU are two different things at this point. I just want to see Billy, if it is Billy, be used well in Agatha all along. You know, and I want to see a good story in Agatha all along. And what does give me hope, because everything you said I agree with, is Aubrey Plaza. Because I know Aubrey doesn't just choose scripts because willy-nilly at this point. You know, she's bankable. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And she usually chooses really intelligent scripts and really weird projects. And I love Aubrey as an actor. So that, you know, definitely has me.
And at this point, I think she's reached legendary status. Catherine Hahn, specifically. The fact
that too. I mean, she's also a monster. So, I fully believe that both of them could carry this and wouldn't do this unless it was worth their time.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's worth the money, right? So,
well, I mean, there is that. You know, there is that. Let's be clear. Let's be for real. Aubrey is like, oh, Marvel calling? You know, I'm doing all this weird shit on the side, but quick 6 weeks, I'm down. Yeah.
It seems like they're in post-production, though, so when is it supposed to drop, though?
September 18th. It said 2-episode premiere, September 18th.
Okay, so soon. Okay, might. So they're either wrapping now or...
Post-production is, you know, CGI and everything. They've been wrapped. Yeah, they've been wrapped. Rapping. Yeah, the rap's been done. They shot this a while back. All right, and now some of the joints that, you know, we might have seen, we might have been there. Who knows? You know, don't worry about all that. But first up, let's do Winter Soldier extended trailer. See what we got here.
Winter Soldier.
Captain America. Sorry, Brave New World.
Brave New World.
There we go.
Show no signs of slowing down. Stand by for proof of that. Everybody else out. I know how this must look, but can we have a minute? She stays. Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Let me investigate. Don't you think you're a little too close to this? Ruth, you have my full authority to put this thing to bed. This is bullshit, you know it. This is politics. Whoever's behind this, I want us to get closer. You want me? You gotta teach me sometime. What if this is a trap?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Red Hulk. They actually showed it.
Nice.
It looked good.
Hell yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's good. I like
Wow.
Harrison Ford, Red Hulk.
Yeah. Wow, that looks pretty good right there. Can't deny it. I cannot
Harrison
deny
Hulk.
that.
I like the extended. I liked it. Usually I hate the extended stuff because they show too much of the movie, but I think that instead of showing too much of the movie, they just show more details about all the different characters. So you know about the whole controversy, right, with Sabra?
Yes, I do. For those who don't know, the main woman that Harrison Ford says can take over is supposed to be Sabra. Now, there's been hella reshoots on this thing. Sabra is from the Marvel comics. Sabra is a super soldier character who is a agent of Israel.
Specifically,
Now,
Captain Israel, essentially.
yeah, basically, Captain Israel, essentially. And there's been hella reshoots because people are super mad about that, for various and obvious reasons. And so now they're saying that she's not playing Sabra. She's just playing a random CIA agent.
Even though in the IMDb it says Ruth Bat-Sarah / Sabra. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So.
And they said that she's not playing Sabra, or that this is not the Sabra that you think. And you know what I mean? Like, if they're going to really rewrite and tiptoe around it and not exactly make it Sabra, like whatever it is, what it is, but also don't lie to me. Not to say that IMDb is the end all be all, because it changes all the time. It's a step above Wikipedia, but yeah, don't lie. That's all. The actress though, I do like her work. Shira Haas. She played Esther Shapiro on Unorthodox. I don't know if you ever watched Unorthodox. It's a mini series about.
Hell yeah! Did I watch Unorthodox?
It was amazing.
She was fucking amazing.
Amazing,
on it.
and
yeah.
her portrayal, her acting in that was incredible. So, just as far as from a technicality perspective, she's a wonderful actress. The whole Sabra thing, I don't know. I will say that I'm gonna wait and see type situation where, like, because there's so much information and disinformation out there about who her character actually is supposed to be, that I kind of can't just be like immediate boycott, because especially if you claim this is not who it is, then I'm like, all right, maybe I'll change it. The sacred timeline, not sacred timeline, the multiverse is the thing. Let's see.
The other thing is Malcolm Spellman, friend of the show, is the main writer on this movie. So
he did the screenplay and script, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes me give hope, because Malcolm does not give a fuck, and he is definitely the type, if he's going to write an Israeli character in there, to make sure that the things needed to be said or need to be said.
Thank you for mentioning that. And that was the other point that I was going to make, that because of who's in charge and who wrote this. And yeah, we know about, I'm not going to go there, but we know how deep this can go. But considering who is in charge and who's involved, I think you may be surprised about how this goes. So I'm hopeful for that. They have Danny Ramirez. He's Falcon.
Yeah, hype. And I'm hyped to see that he gets the suit. That he gets the suit already.
Yeah, that suit looked good. And I didn't know they was going to show all that. I was like, oh, okay, this look good.
Yeah.
Your boy Carl Lumbly back as Isaiah Bradley. Like, we've seen him in the other trailers. So that was cool seeing him, like, because we haven't seen him be physical in the TV show. What was the TV show called?
I mean, that man threw that thing through that wall. That was enough. You knew that he could do it.
You haven't really seen him go in. He seems like he's
but
going in.
He still got it from that. Like,
you know who's back that I didn't realize is back, which is interesting. Liv Tyler as Betty Ross.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. I was like, oh shit, they actually, got her.
Not just her, but also my man is playing Samuel Stearns, the leader. That's who you see in that prison.
Oh, Tim Blake.
Yes.
Tim Blake Nelson.
And,
I see it here. Oh, yeah.
And they say that this is where we're going to finally see the leader, where he's going to turn into the green, some version of the big head, all that.
Yeah, okay.
And then the other side, the other thing to mention is during that aerial battle that we see, they're fighting around the hand of Tiamat, the celestial that hasn't really been mentioned yet.
Finally!
Yeah, so that basically what the Brave New World is talking about all the countries fighting over the remains of Tiamat.
Tiamat, okay.
Yeah.
Finally, Malcolm was like, "We gonna get this back into canon." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I knew it was coming, and I felt like people were just rushing it, because the other thing is, in the comics, eventually the Avengers at one point take over a dead Celestial's body as their headquarters.
Right.
So we're leading towards that probably with the Avengers. It's just like, it's going to take a little time. So, but here's being dealt with, and this is the main focus of this film. So no more complaining that people aren't talking about it, because it's here.
You know your boy, I know his secret, Anthony Mackie. Captain America's back. And then Giancarlo Esposito, he's Sidewinder.
Yes. Thank you for bringing him up. Yeah, because that is one of not my favorite characters from the comics, but Sidewinder is the leader of the Serpent Society, which when I was coming up reading comic books, they were a big part of Captain America. And they're basically, Sidewinder is a character who can teleport, right? And he's also named after a snake. So what he does is gather up, because there used to be the Serpent Squad, which is a few of them, and another dude, King Cobra, was their leader. But when Sidewinder, he's like, I'm going to make a whole society. He gathers up all these cats who have snake-related names. And then he's like, yo, I can teleport. So if you get locked up, I'll just teleport you in and grab you out. So we're going to be this, we're going to be this society. And they started wrecking shop on Captain America for a while. And then Captain America starts dating one of them named Diamondback. And that was like my favorite, couple for a long time. So I'm hyped to see Sidewinder up in here.
Yeah. And of course, Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross / the Red Hulk.
Replacing my man, rest in peace.
Yeah. I don't know why that's shocking me. Like, I did not realize they was bringing back Liv Tyler. Like, that's just so random. Like, it's like that's from 2008 Hulk. Like, really?
And so is Samuel Stern. So, I love it. Because I love the leader. Like, I love the Hulk. Like, the Hulk is one of those comics that I was, that's one of my formative experiences. I've read way too many Hulk comics. Shout out to Peter David, the legend. He's actually recovering from a stroke and doing well these days. So he wrote like everything that we know about the Hulk from red to, I don't think he did red, but he did gray to green to Professor Hulk. He did all of that. And Red Hulk is just, it's extrapolating off of work he already did. So shout out to Peter David. I hope he somehow gets a check out of this. But yeah, I think I'm hyped. I'm hyped for this one. February, I'm there.
I'm looking forward to see Black man Captain America and leading a actual movie, this time. So we shall see. We shall see. When does this come out? February. So we'll probably have another Black president by then. Great.
Oh, I like that talk. I like that talk right there. And continuing on the blackness, let's see this Ironheart trailer right here. Which, another one I forgot, honestly. They shot this movie like 2 years ago.
They shot this movie a million years ago.
Right, here we go.
Yo, your suit, it's a great design.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
But can't let you leave with it. After my internship abroad, I felt stuck.
You are not the first genius at MIT. You cannot skip all your classes and leech university resources for whatever you dream up.
I want to build something undeniable. Really, it's too late. You're expelling me. I need cash money to build my suit.
Maybe I see. I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision.
Describe here.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Oh.
I've seen these jobs.
That ain't Kamir. That's
it's
the
not,
other dude.
It's a joke. I was joking.
Yeah, I know. It's her Kamir.
He was giving Kamir.
So you went her out.
He even got a hood on.
Here goes nothing.
How far are you willing to go? Get what you want.
Like, he's
But
obviously
you know who that is. Yeah.
You're going to get caught. This is so much bigger than that. You've officially bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I can chew a lot.
What are you two up to?
Nothing.
Yeah. What I was saying was I should have said close enough. Welcome back, Kamir. but I like him. That's Anthony Ramos. He was in Transformers.
Transformers, yep.
Right. So it's like
I've never been the biggest.
Changed one black girl for another. But.
Yeah, I've never been the biggest fan of Anthony, but in Transformers, I felt like as he's getting older, I'm liking him more. So I'm excited to see what he does here because Transformers, I liked him in.
Okay. And then Dominique Thorne as Riri.
Yep, I'm down for that.
This is something like they've been having in the chamber for like the longest, and it's just like just pull the trigger already.
It kind of feels like that too, because it's like this is a series, right? Yeah,
this is a series. It's 6 episodes, maybe more, but it looks like 6 right now. This should have been came. Let's be honest. This is one of them ones that's like, all right, this could have been. And yes, things changed slightly in the timeline of Marvel, but I don't know what's in this that would have disrupted anything else that's been going on. So, because it's in a way Iron Man related. Maybe because the whole shifting with RDJ and all this other stuff and Doom, they decided to juggle a little bit, but. Because that's what happened with this. It's got what we all know is everything in the MCU got moved around considerably in the last 2-3 years. But this is just one of them ones where they've had this done. And it also makes me think like just the creative process and how it comes to actually producing these things. And then like as an actor, something you've filmed 5 whatever years ago, and now it's finally coming out, right? And it's like, now how do you feel about getting back into the groove and getting hype about that again? Maybe the love never left you. And maybe you're just like, I'm glad that shit's over with. Like, I'm just interested in how these people feel about this body of work.
Definitely me too. I saw on another Black related note, I saw Mark Bernardine tweeting about the Eyes of Wakanda series. And he says that we are not ready for it. So, yeah, they it feels like the animation side of Marvel right now is like popping their shit. So
the Eyes of Wakanda is about the spy situation.
Eyes of Wakanda, I think it's like different. Yeah, I think it's the what do you call it? The Dora Milaje and other people like out all over the world, and it's animated.
I thought that's Nakia then, because ex Dora, but that would be Nakia's because Nakia's a spy.
Yeah.
So all the like Black Ops people.
But I can't remember what they're called. They have names. They're not like the White Wolves. They have a specific
name.
Yeah, there's another group of cats that he has like embedded all over the world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're talking, and then
War Dogs.
War Dogs, yes, the War Dogs, and then there's also the Peter Parker series that people are saying is really exceptional. The one that's showing the origins of Tom Holland.
Okay, because in the last movie he basically started everything over, like
so this just show him before Tony meets him, like those early adventures, and they say it's really good. It's animated as well, so. They got 2, and then What If Season 3, which needs to step up after everything else.
After everything?
Yeah, Marvel. Yeah, What If Season 3 better.
How did you feel, since you had that conversation about the animation, how did you feel about animation style with What If? I thought that I
loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah, I don't, it's not, and that's not the problem with Season 2. It's the storytelling, which was
the storytelling of Season 2 was,
yes,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It was boring.
Boring. All right, this is Daredevil, Born Again. With
John
my
girl, I'm sorry.
Everybody back. My girl, on my spine.
But we knew once they talked about it. When they said it, they said these niggas coming back.
Yeah, when they got it right,
we're gonna go in. This is gonna be insane.
What's so crazy is they shot 2 episodes at least of the courtroom drama, corny shit with like jokes and everything, and then scrapped it and went back to what
what works. Because we saw the corny courtroom drama with
She-Hulk, and that was good for She-Hulk. But I don't need to see that.
And we even got to see Matt.
And that was great in that.
That's it.
I don't need to see him do that.
Bones breaking, Punisher coming out whooping ass. I want to see Kingpin. Like they did. I just know this is gonna be amazing.
I would even love to see Tatiana show up in this.
Tatiana Maslany,
yeah, as Jen, and maybe not even transform, but just show her as Jen. Like to the court,
he's in court and then he's walking by her.
Like she comes in dealing with something, or she helps with the case. He just sees her. Yeah, like she comes over, to New York, sleeps over for a night,
Oh, you're doing extra. I thought you just meant a cameo.
No, I mean like she could be, because Tatiana can play anything, so she could do this type of drama as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they can do her. They don't have. She-Hulk doesn't always have to be goofy. She's not always goofy in the comics, so that's like they can show different sides. She's not Deadpool, where she's always talking to the, breaking the fourth wall.
I was already screaming John Bernthal's name. Bernthal, sorry. We know him as amazing, incredible. Vincent D'Onofrio
Always.
as Kingpin, always. Charlie
Bullseye.
Cox.
Bullseye is in the shot. In that he's in the prison. That was him.
Who is playing Bullseye?
I can't remember his name, but he was all through the third
Wilson
season.
Bethel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the White Tiger, right? That's who that's showing, is the White Tiger keeps suing him. Yeah,
Okay.
the White Tiger is another character.
You mentioned your girl. You love the redheads. Deborah Ann Wall, Karen Page.
No.
I like Deborah Ann Wall anyway.
True Blood.
I love her from True Blood. Right.
Man, that's been my heart from day one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty woman. And she's a great actress too. Actor. I love her.
She's good. She's really good. And I just like the whole gang back together because I've always been a big fan of the Daredevil series on Netflix. So it's good that they bring that back. And yes, it is actually 18 episodes that they're splitting into 9 episode halves. So March 2025, they're going to do the first 9 episodes. And then I don't know like if they're going to wait like 3 months or a few months or whatever. And they're going to release the next 9.
That shit's going to be crazy. 18 episodes.
But they shot 18 episodes.
They must have that's an arc. All right. I think we got one more before we get up out of here.
All right.
This is the Fantastic Fizzo, which I'm hyped. Look, I mean, they got a lot of people I love in this joint, so we'll see what we got here. Different aspect ratio.
This equation not only confirms alternate dimensions, it suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes. Who wants to see a big explosion? Glasses. The best pilot in the world right here. Yeah. Best looking means. Well, that is
our boy.
Yes.
Interpretation. Of course. Here is the kitchen. We make a point to have family dinner once a week. Sunday at 8 on the dot. No matter what, we're all here.
My girl.
Yvonne. And Vanessa Kirby. I love Vanessa Kirby. She's a good actress. Ben Graham.
You already know.
You talked to 3 terrific fellas today. But now it's time to make a match. What do you say?
I choose contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3.
Johnny Storm. Oh no. Bitch.
Astronaut report it feels good. And guidance is internal.
Comms check, everybody stand up.
Check.
That last voice you just heard is my baby brother, Jonathan Storm. And ladies, he is very single.
Ignition sequence start. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Fucking hell.
That goes hard. Yeah. And this
Give me some Galactus. Holy shit!
Oh, that's crazy. So, and we also realized why the actors are older. This is set in the 50s or the 60s?
60s in an alternate world. Not on the main, not on the 616. No.
Okay. That goes hard. That goes hard. I like that. I like the era. I like, minus the, how they treated black people. I love looking at different eras like that because of the fashion sense and the architecture and the different, like just the way, like the it's like future retro.
Yeah, it's retro future.
It's really cool. Like it just from a. I don't just like you could like everything has a dial and a gadget and a gizmo and a it, right? That's what they call it, right? But it could be doing fantastic things, right? So that shit looks hard. I ain't gonna hold you. That trailer went hard.
I'm blown away. Like I knew it was gonna be good because I'd heard people talk about it, how, and Fahey has talked about how this is something like one of the more risky things they did. And like you said, I love that retro future, like the shot of the spaceship where it's some futuristic spaceship, but it's 1960s retro future. It's a spaceship. Like it's something that should not exist in the 1960s.
It shouldn't exist
but
there,
it
but
works
it's
because
also old
Reed
tech.
is there. You
It's
know,
like when you
yeah,
see
and
the
then you got the old like NASA, dude sitting over the monitors and shit.
Right.
So
It's interesting because it's kind of a mindfuck in a bit, because when you think of
Mhm.
like the old Star Wars movie or even Star Trek: The Next Generation, they're in the future, but
Yep.
that's the old tech future.
Yeah.
Because like when you look at the newer Star Trek people, they look at that like, oh, that shit, it's black and white TV, right? And we're sitting here like, nigga materialized out of nowhere, right? Like it's really cool. It looks good.
It felt like the right stuff, but if the movie, The Right Stuff about the astronauts, but with this futuristic vibe to it.
I need to see Julia Garner as Silver Surfer. When I see her, I'm gonna hit the fucking roof.
Look, let me. You can see my man's right there, y'all. I don't even need to turn the camera up. I've got like 5-6 more Galactuses. I finally got in touch with this woman who's doing my Galactus mask. So I'm about to have the Galactus mask by the time this movie comes out.
Yeah.
It is my obsession with Galactus and Silver Surfer is
We
just,
know.
I mean, I'm just reiterating. I ran into my man. Shout out to the god Ron Lim. Anyone who knows comics, Ron Lim was the one who, like in the 80s, 90s, did Silver Surfer, did Galactus. He's the one who illustrated Infinity Gauntlet, the one you read. That's Ron Lim art. And so Ron Lim is like one of the gods to me because he's the one who turned me into this Galactus fiend. Like that half a second shot, I'm losing the way his eyes look, everything. That's just the intricacy in the armor of Galactus. That's how I feel. It's like that MCU vibe of Galactus.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, Vanessa Kirby is one of the people who is just like, I can't imagine meeting her in real life because she is so outrageously
She's my
beautiful on
fave
screen.
in the
Like I can't
Mission Impossible
imagine.
movies.
Yeah, I can't imagine how she is in person because she is just gorgeous, amazingly talented. The whole four, they've cast like incredible actors. That's what's so wild.
They did.
Incredible.
The entire cast.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, because the dude doing the voice of Galactus is a fucking monster, and his voice
Ralph Ineson.
is Galactus without any like addition. So when they start adding the vocal effects, it's gonna be.
And apparently Natasha Lyonne and John Malkovich is in this too.
I mean, Galactus.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, and somebody's playing the Mole Man allegedly, and they haven't shown him yet either. And it's a big actor playing the Mole Man. It might be
John
Malkovich.
Then. Yeah. But like listen, and I really respect and like that they went into this retro direction, because if you look at the other Fantastic Four movies, varying degrees of success there, but they all were like future, they were all like current time, right?
Times, yeah.
And it gave us a cheesy feel versus let's pull it all the way back, make it retro, and then almost mimic the original comics.
Fantastic Four. I mean, the original Fantastic Four comes out in 1963. And that's the thing. It's like back then, the whole idea of the first family, that was a vibe that, the 60s you could get with, especially the white bread, all that. So it works for this because they're a family first. And for people who think the Fantastic Four is some corny mess or whatever, like I tell you, go out right now. You can go, I don't know the author of the latest run, but it's on stands right now. The latest run of the Fantastic Four is one of the best runs of it I've ever read. And I'm a Fantastic Four fan. John Byrne had a legendary run. Hickman did a great one. Mark Waid did another one. And the one on stands right now blows me away every issue where I'm like, yo, this is one of the best books Marvel's putting out. And so it's so great that they've got this great comic right now that you can pick up and get you amped because it gets all the characters so perfectly. And so I think this could be a huge success in a way people don't get because, like you said, the varying degrees of success, but these are all great characters. Reed Richards is one of the most complex characters Marvel has. Sue Storm being his wife and knowing what a fucked up dude he is and dealing with him all the time is great. Johnny is such a great character. And then Ben Grimm is like, he's Shakespearean levels of tragedy. So,
Oh, and that's Ebon. I mean, that's his character in the bear.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
experiencing tragic guy.
Yeah, you got the dude who, had, like I say again and again, I bawl out every time I watch the episode of Forks. Just, his littlest expressions in that episode send me into tears. So when he loses it and turns into the Thing,
super tragic. And then how in his emotions, like rightfully so, the Thing is very emo, and he can deliver that very well. And what I've realized is and probably other reason why they went into this direction, because there are a few projects that have really primed the MCU and Marvel and all that to be okay with taking risks, like doing a retro view. Look at WandaVision. The fact that they dabbled stylistically in all sorts of different eras and time zones. Look at Loki, the TVA itself, right? Like, and this shit worked. This shit worked extremely well, and you saw it. People were intrigued by that. And the whole thing about what we say at a very common denominator, do something different, nigga, right? Like, I think that's going to be our other tagline for this show, do something different. So I really like how it just don't look like nothing else in the MCU. Like, look at the way Fantastic Four look.
How ridiculously bright that trailer was. Like, that is great.
Like, the Technicolor and all that stuff. Like, it don't look like nothing else. So I'm like, okay, we got something here. And of course, Galactus. Like, of course. Right. That is insane. I just to see that.
And so
it was bad enough to see a celestial, but to see him.
Yeah, he was on Earth. Like
that, the entity,
the greatest, the living force between death and life. Like,
one side note, I've always want to say, I still think, and I can't wait to see Ebon's version of it. I still think Michael Chiklis is the definitive Ben Grimm thing. I will always give him, and I think I told him one time at Comic-Con that I'm like, bro, you the guy. Like, just like to me, like how Wolverine is homeboy is Wolverine. You is the thing.
I think Ebon gonna take it.
Ebon might take Ebon. Good, but
you see
Ebon might take it.
You see my man shining back here. Do you see this?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta understand. My love is insane for this man. I'm gonna have a mask by the time the movie comes out, so
of course
I might go see the movie in the mask, dog. I might do it.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm crying, screaming off of Pedro Pascal as Reed.
It's just
like he's perfect.
Yeah. And this
Joseph
is the
Quinn
director
as,
of the No Way Homes, right? This is the same director from Spider-Man.
You know what? This is the same director of WandaVision, if I'm not mistaken.
I think the
Matt
writer.
Matt Shackman.
Okay. Well,
Matt Shackman.
Did a pretty solid job on WandaVision. Some of the writing was, but the directing was all the way. It was either him or I think the dude from No Way Home dropped out.
He's a director producer known for WandaVision, Game of Thrones 2011, and The Great. I don't know what The Great is, but
but I'm here for it. No.
Yeah.
That shit sent chills on my spine. Like the
that
casting, and now like it really does make me even more, having seen this, it makes me even more for Robert Downey, especially if the Doom comes from this universe, and it really is, it really is Doom, and not, Tony Doom.
Not Tony Doom, right?
Yeah.
I didn't realize this was him. Joseph Quinn, he is Eddie from Stranger Things. So
Johnny Storm. Yeah, another monster of an actor. Yeah. And you got young Robert Downey Jr. looking nigga fighting against Robert Downey Jr. himself. And Robert Downey, they haven't said if he's in this, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be in this. Like, even if it's not a big role.
Even if you see his eye or something, like they're not gonna do all this announcing all of this around the same time anyway.
And have Fantastic Four not have him in it. So
they're not gonna fucking show Galactus.
Yeah. And not show Doom steaming on Galactus.
Come on.
Yeah, because Doom is always steaming on Galactus.
Fact.
That's so crazy. I mean, I knew that it was coming. Yeah, like I said, folks, if you've watched the show long enough, but he's probably my favorite character in Marvel. Like, Galactus is just, just one of my obsessions of life is Galactus. So to see him on screen.
Yeah. So how do you feel about D23 this year?
I mean, that alone did it for me. That
was kind of that was the highlight of everything.
Like, I saw it, I could sit here and complain about all these sequels and all that shit all day. But you showed me Fantastic Four and I'm here.
Yeah, I like that. It's very DSDN. Do something different, nigga.
Yeah, they did it.
This hit it for me. So I enjoy again, I didn't everything was just like, okay, I expect that. This I did not expect. So
no.
This is great.
No. Fantastic job, y'all.
Fantastic Four. Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
that's everything. Let's talk about you.
Yeah, before we get out of here, since we're talking about retro futuristic, because that is something else that is a big element of our book is the retro futuristic sci-fi design on a lot of the characters. Jimi Hendrix, as you can see in my hands right now, Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze will be on shelves this week. What's today? Sunday, August 11th, so Monday 12th to 13th. The 13th, I think the 14th, yeah, Wednesday. Wednesday the 14th. August 14th, Jimi Hendrix from Purple Haze from Titan Publishing is here. It's real. I'm holding it in my hands. If you pre-ordered, you can pick up your copy. If not, rush down to your local comic book shop and be like, yo, I need Jimi Hendrix Purple Haze right now. It's here. Next week, August 27th, if you're in New York City, we will be doing a signing live at Anyone Comics. It's my first New York City signing, so you need to come out, be there. Tatiana King will be there. We'll have all kind of drinks, some other delicious, things to imbibe and things of that nature, food, all that, some music. And I'll be there signing this beautiful graphic novel, August 27th. Details on my Instagram page, at DJ Benhameen. Or you can still go to bigdjenergy.com and order yourself a copy, because we're still taking orders for the signed copies. Boom, we got a bunch extra just for anyone who walks in that night. So you can come through and get yourself a copy. August 27th, it's here, it's real. I'll be doing a Reddit AMA. Like I say, look out for some interviews in the Mary Sue, the AV Club, bunch of other places. I can't even remember. I did a few interviews. I can't remember where they're at right now, but they will all be coming soon. Reviews will be out. I'm hearing it's great. I think it's great. I'm beyond proud of the work that we did on this book. I think it's a phenomenal piece of work, and I'm so happy that it's finally here. People are about to get it.
That's right. And make sure, as always, you go to bigdjenergy.com to make sure you up on the latest news when it comes to Mr. DJ Benhameen himself. Also go to forallnerds.com to, well, first, get yourself an amazing t-shirt with some incredible designs, and also support us. For All Nerds, we are Black-owned independent media, and we are Rotten Tomatoes approved critics as well, official. So all of our reviews actually go up on the big meter. So make sure you check out our reviews there. Make sure you're also following us, For All Nerds, all on the social medias. I'm Tatiana King online. This gentleman is it's just DJ Benhameen online, and in real life too. And make sure.
I'm on TikTok now. I got my
TikTok. Yeah.
I got my DJ Benhameen back, because I had DJ Benhameen, and now I'm back on.
You got it.
Now I'm back on DJ Benhameen. So follow me on TikTok, DJ Benhameen.
Yeah, if you follow For All Nerds on TikTok, we're usually tagged. Him and I are tagged, so you'll be able to follow us that way. And make sure you go to Patreon, patreon.com/forallnerds, especially this week, because we have a special Patreon-only episode up right now. So make sure you go listen to that. And listen, rate, follow, subscribe, share, do all the things, press all the buttons, hit all the icons, because we need all the engagement we can get. And make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Anytime we see new people join the fam, they say, yo, where have y'all been? I wish I knew about y'all before. Well, y'all know about us now, so make sure everyone else knows the tea. So appreciate you, Benhameen. Appreciate y'all, everybody listening. And we will see you soon.
See you soon. Peace.
Fan Bros,
Hey, what's up, internets and the fan fam? This is Tatiana King for All Nerds, and I want to thank you so much for listening and watching the For All Nerds. Make sure you like and subscribe to us only on YouTube.